I'm here on a panda in Belgium, come to visit the Paradise Zoo. Now this used to be a Trappist monastery. Oh hey, that's the our fan from Belgium here. And this was
tough guy.
this was the Trappist monastery way back, which is now an amazing paradise for children, education, as well as connecting with the wildlife and as well as the animals. And of course, you need to remind our children to educate, to know the nature aspect, as well as our society here today at this moment in time. The most aspirational element of this is that this monastery has been now converted into a sort of like a garden of nature. You've got all the gardens and it's all the farm tractors, farm tractors from the old traditional times, and you've got the modern tractors for the little kids to play around with. And what an aspiration that this farm, a Trappist monastery, has been converted into. Most admirable, I would say, with the setup of a very tranquil means of way of done things here. The arch. These are where the gardens of where the Trappist monks actually always retreated for their reflection of life and the mindset and so on and so forth. So yes, there you got the bell tower, the belfries. The French and the Belgians were very good at building those belfries, the bell towers they used to call. They have a great heritage and a history about these belfries out in Belgium, as well as in here in Belgium and in France. What a setup we've got here. I was here back in 1986 as a little kid. That was when the monastery wasn't that quiet a paradise zoo at the time. But now you've got all these amazing kids' haven, I would say. We should bring about connecting to our nature and to our wildlife. And this is the best way to introduce that we have converted what you call a religious practice, sort of religious artifacts from the old times are sort of monuments standing there in the backdrop of our frame, creating what we call the backdrop of the nature and the harmony, and all in sync as one. So here we are. We have this is Wendy here, been taking us through all the way to China by road, and on the Panda Sichuan promotional team. And Wendy is a great lady with great emphasis on building what you call one of the most challenging tasks that she has got ahead, is that she's taking the entire motorcade of 9 cars right the way through 16 countries.
We're going to have the
by road. The 10th one will join us as well pretty soon.
Yeah.
And it is a task. And one of the panda fans is just walking out there. He owns the place, so he doesn't talk much. There, look, he owns that. He owns too much of the place. And yes, his aspirations have come about with silence. That's what it is.
This is a beautiful setup. What an exciting place to be at. There you go. Wow, look at this. A red panda. It's very, very unusual.
Okay.
Huh?
Very rare. A red panda. What a treat to have had, to be able to see it. Don't you think? Very unusual in the wild. It's very unusual indeed, but it's an opportunity to see them in Sichuan if you wish to continue on your journey to the wilderness of the province of Sichuan in central West China. Here we're in a nice setup and we can do it.
Wow, here we are. We've got Chinese Buddhist temple here at the Paradise Park, which used to be a monastery for some 800 years back, and it's evolved into one of the most elaborated zoological associations in Europe. I would put to that kind of recognitions, because its influence of many cultures and many features from parts of the world has brought in the most influential and the most powerful signatures of the world's cultures and way of life here in one amazing private estate it used to be, until the Zoological Association may have obtained this property. Wow, golden taikan. Look at this golden taikan from Western Himalayas. These are very rare up in the mountains of Himalaya. It's incredible.
Because it looks pretty.
Those animals represents to throw away the evil spirits.
No.
To wish welcome.
Some of the that animal is a son
Say-
of the dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah, there's a kind of pretty sad dragon.
Oh, this is the entrance to the park, a chateau, a monastery, and a zoological park, a family property, a monastery, and a zoological park. It went from private to a more like a public corporation of an institute to now a public property for everyone to embrace and learn. What a good idea. Instead of making one person enjoying this, why don't make everybody enjoy this life? Absolutely perfect way of doing things.
For me, being not